What is up, YouTube bitches? Today we are here at the Dragon's Lair. We are going to film a glute and hamstring day with none other than Miss
Eash the Beast.
And we are going to hit glutes really hard today. I'm a little scared if I'm being honest, but we're going to take you through a full lower body workout. You're going to love it. You're going to enjoy it. Let's get to it.
Let's go.
I'm gonna start with my old lady warm up. I got to move all these joints through their full range of motion. Alicia has her mobility routine.
I use Peanut. Okay, this is awesome to just kind of get in the fascia, break things up. I've been on the Stairmaster a lot, so my quads get pretty bound up, and we're really trying to focus on glutes. So loosen everything up before we get the blood flow in there.
So one thing is don't hold any like static stretches. I try to move through some dynamic stretches rather, and then save the static stretches for the end. So when I'm doing glutes, I think about the fact that I need to get depth in, you know, some of the movements. So I really want to work on opening up the hips and making sure that I stretch my hip flexors. A lot of times if you sit at your job, your hip flexors tend to be a little bit tighter, and I sit a lot. I tend to, on a leg day or a glute day, I tend to spend about 10 minutes. You know, if I'm in a rush, it's like 5, but I don't like to do that because infamously I will get hurt and then I can't train and then I want to cry about it. Okay.
The first movement, I'm thinking standing cable kickbacks, but they're the glute medius ones, kind of to warm everything up before we get into a lunge.
Yeah, I like that. I like the Smith machine better for lunges just because I can load heavier. You know, dumbbells become a limiting factor.
Definitely.
I am wrapping up some stuff for a glute program that is coming soon. By the time this drops, the link might be down in the description box. So check it out. We're refining some of the exercises as well and just testing it out and making sure it's chef's kiss. So it is for women. It's going to be a glute sculpting program. Let's do it.
We can go squats first.
Okay.
I typically like to go 20 squats.
20.
To warm things up.
And no, this will not be a booty band program.
No, not at all.
This is just the warm up.
Kind of helps just put some feeling into your glutes, especially if you can't feel your glutes. It's a good little warm up.
She is doing a glute med kickback, which is gonna hit the booty shelf right here, which in competition, you know, when you're in that side pose, you wanna make sure you have that nice little booty hump right here. So you can see right here, she's working like right up in this area. And it's just like a variation on the cable kickback, you know, so she's got her toe internally rotated a little bit. These are done wrong a lot. You know, our clients oftentimes are just going too heavy and they use a lot of low back. So this is an option. I'm a little more upright.
Feels better for me, honestly, to go more upright.
Yeah.
Yanking their foot up like crazy.
Yeah.
Using their whole body to yank it up. Your upper body should not move at all. It's literally guiding your heel. I like to think my knee up to the ceiling, quite honestly. Helps activate that top cheek, that shelf area. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can see it. Boop, 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 right there. Usually we keep these high rep because, again, it's hard to go heavy on these. So 15-ish reps if it feels real good, 20 reps, increase that weight on the next one. But usually 12 to 15.
I mean, I do have plenty of glute stuff. So if you're interested in a glute workout, there will be a freebie in the description box so you can download that.
Probably learning basics like squats, how to properly squat, like on a bench, to a bench. Hip thrusts, all body weighted movements start though. You don't need to add weight first thing, especially if you're new. Get the movement down first, then add a band, a booty band, then add some weights eventually. And then get a program. Like, don't just mishmash a bunch of shit together every single day. Get a program, get consistent, and make it happen. Definitely gonna increase your protein. You have to increase your protein. Protein's the hardest for a lot of women. They think,
oh, I'm being so healthy, I'm eating these pistachios and granola.
and it's like, that's not contributing to your goal of wanting to build if you don't have that adequate protein.
All right, we are moving to a multi-joint movement, which is going to be a reverse lunge. Really great for the glutes, the hamstrings, the quads, all that. So Alicia is on this power squat machine, and we can load a lot heavier on a machine like this for anything really, but definitely for lunges. Like I was mentioning earlier, dumbbells are great, but at some point you become a bad bitch and you're strong and you need to increase that to achieve progressive overload. So this is what we do, is we add a machine in the mix. All right, so what's the consensus? Am I gonna die? Okay, let's take that off.
Like, let me not sugarcoat it.
Yeah, she knows me very well. I'm
Let's
not,
go, maybe 10s on each side.
I'm not a beast. Oh yeah, I love this one.
Ooh, making that look easy. Easy money.
I'm feeling like we got a long workout ahead of us.
So short.
Yeah,
So short and cute.
it's gonna be a great workout. Do you have one leg that's stronger than the other?
Yes.
Yeah.
My right leg. So I try to start on my opposite. I'll start on
Same.
my left leg. I feel like it's been making a difference. My left leg's like really catching up.
Yeah.
We're gonna
clients too.
elevate here.
Yay.
Woo!
Can't wait.
Elevate so we can get lower with that back knee. Okay.
Just gets a greater like stretch on the glute, which means better glute gains. So
Better gains, more stretch, better gains.
a deeper angle for that for sure. Oof.
That shit ain't easy.
No. My mustache is sweating.
Same.
Not cute. Oh my God.
Got this shit. Let's go.
My quads are like,
Same.
what are we doing today? It's glutes. Be in the moment.
Deal with them now.
Be in the moment.
Okay. Last one.
Last one.
Last one.
How exciting.
That is kind of exciting. Okay.
Filmed by the greatest. All right, we are doing the glute drive machine. And as the name suggests, it's for your glutes. And Alicia will tell you the sequence because I'm trying to prove.
So I actually want to fix her form here. If you see she's going all the way down,
So rude. Okay.
you're gonna start feeling it in your quads.
You want me to do?
So
like
go
right
down
here?
right there, go right back up.
Okay.
Yes. If you feel the glute drive in your quads, what you want to do is not go all the way down. All the way down does not equal better. As soon as your knees start moving towards you, your quads have an opportunity to activate as you're coming up. Okay. So keep it shorter range of motion. You still want to hinge, squeeze all the way to the top. So good. Love that. So good.
Well, if you don't have a machine like this, there are a couple alternatives. One of which is that machine there, which is a glute builder where it's holding all of our stuff right now. But this is also a nice kind of bougier setup. If you don't have something like that, you're gonna have to do an old fashioned, like drag out a bench, grab a barbell, set up your plates. A lot of women don't like to do that because it's kind of cumbersome, like doing that in the middle of a gym. But if you want a nice pair of glutes, you do what you gotta do, you know what I mean? We are gonna do reverse hyperextensions.
Yes.
Barfing cat is what we call it, barfing cat. And when you see the machine, it's used for several things, but we always find some fucked up way to use it for glutes.
This is a GHD, aka a glute ham developer.
Oh,
But your feet are gonna slide through, and this is great for building more like the shelf, okay? Without having to deadlift or putting your back at risk with heavy weight. But you really see she's pulling from her booty cheeks, coming up. She's not activating her back. This could also be a back exercise, but we really wanna squeeze from the cheeks. As soon as her cheeks stop moving, her upper body should start moving, okay? This is a good one if you wanna build your shelf. Highly recommend. Not an easy one, not my favorite one, but you have to be careful with this one. You do. It's good because it also helps build your back if you have a weak erectors, but you should be doing core exercises too if you have lower back issues. But be careful if you have low back problems.
Ooh, and like you get the little like head motion.
The head rush.
Yeah, but I think it's a good stretch for your low back, like once you're in it. But so many people do it incorrectly, and they're so used to like arching when they come back. So unless you've like properly
Or
learned,
have like a trainer to tell you when to stop, that's the best.
yeah. But this one's it's good if you can use a weight. It's a little awkward, so it's kind of an intermediate technique. But if you can, then once you master it body weighted, you want to add the weight. It's great. As you can see, she's focusing on like squeezing and pulling glutes in together. And the other thing too is this is really great for hamstrings. A lot of people don't think about it because it doesn't seem like it would be, but it's really great. A lot of times when I'm in this one, I think about I'm pulling from my glutes and I'm pulling from my hamstrings, and then the tie-in area. I mean, there really is no such thing, but like that juncture where they meet is where I'm really putting my brain. Put your brain in your butt, like Coach Glitter says, right?
Right.
Put your brain in your butt. Listen, bombshell, if you're out there, I'm your biggest fan. Maybe not, but I'm trying to be. Like all my videos, I've got bombshell wear on. And there aren't many apparel companies out there that are great for women over 40 in terms of like the fabric and the cut and like athletic fit 40-year-old women. And I feel like they need a spokesperson for someone in their 40s. And I know a girl, just saying. So the other thing I think about on this one is I think about thrusting my pelvis towards the pad when I come up. That helps to kind of get your brain out of
Just
thinking
like
like it's your low back that wants to do all the work usually. So I just think like your pelvis, like your anterior rotated and then posterior. On the way up, I think about sad dog, you know, like tucking your tail under, and it helps with that motion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that 3 or 4?
Let's say it's 4.
You sound like me.
10 years ago when you
10
used to train
years.
with me?
Yeah. That's
Be
hilarious.
like, how many do we have left, Mom? Be like, too many. Stop asking.
Yeah, way too many.
And now we've switched roles.
Look at you now.
I know. So what are we doing for dinner tonight? What did we say we were doing?
I'm always game for a steakhouse
Yeah, that's the easiest.
or sushi.
She's in prep. She's in contest prep right now. 4th show, 5th show?
5th show?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
She can, like, we've been doing this long enough to where she knows she can go into a restaurant and exactly how to order her meal and not go off her plan. Like, she's not going to blow her diet, you know? She'll probably weigh heavier tomorrow because restaurant food, sodium and things like that, and it's like variables that she can't control, but she can go to a steakhouse, have a steak or a piece of chicken and veggies. And most steakhouses will have like a baked potato or plain rice or something like that. That's usually the safest bet in prep. That and sushi, but
Yeah.
sushi's even sometimes a little.
Stick to raw sashimi
Yeah, for sure.
if sushi. That sounds nice. Some steak, baked potato.
I love baked potato, so good. So we have 3 exercises left. We have a seated hamstring curl, a standing hamstring,
A lying hamstring curl.
Lying.
And then barbell glute bridges, which is lying on the floor. We might swap that one out maybe for some bad girls. We could always do that.
that. Okay,
We could always do some bad girls.
we could do that. I can do that. I can wrap my head around that. Lying hamstring curls here. This is a classic one. Most gyms will have this hamstring curl machine. This is usually the default. It's easiest for most people to kind of grasp when you first get into it. I mean, people do it wrong all the time. You want to make sure you're not lifting your butt in the air when you do this. You should be pulling from your hamstrings. And so that usually means go light until you can activate and feel your hamstrings work. And then once you find that activation, start to play around with increasing your weight. It's
Gonna torch those hamstrings. Whole nother level. Okay.
shit. Oh yeah. Oof. Spicy. I'm not gonna be able to walk tomorrow, FYI. I think she's doing it on purpose. That one that she's on right now is a seated hamstring curl. It's a little more, I don't want to say intricate, but there's a lot of knobs you have to adjust. A lot of times it's quite a bit of a pain in the ass, if I'm being honest, especially if you don't know and you've never been on it. But we'll head over there and I'll decode it for you guys. What do you at?
One more.
Oh, that's heavy. Nice work.
Thanks.
All right, so you saw she just adjusted this right here. This is the pad that presses your quads down, just gives you better leverage so you can pull heavier. Otherwise, your legs are moving all over the place and you don't have a good, solid connection to the machine to actually like lift the weight. Oh man, we still have cardio.
Okay. right, it's gonna loosen everything up. This is one of my favorite hamstring curl because you never not feel it. Like you feel it, you're positioned great, you're locked in, and you wanna make sure your heels get all the way back, full range of motion. Yeah, it's great. I really try to keep my upper body not moving at all. So I try to keep my back pressed against the pad. It might come out to an arch a little bit, but really using my hands to push away, drive through, and squeeze on my hamstrings. And I feel it.
All right, so this is the seated hamstring curl I was telling you about. That's got a lot of bells and whistles. So the thing with these machines is you can usually tell where you need to adjust the machine by the bright yellow knobs and handles. So there's should be one here. This one down here is gonna move this seat forward and back, which you want your back flush against that pad so you have a good bracing system to actually be able to pull heavy. And then this little knob will adjust this pad up and down. Again, just supply that counter pressure. And then we have this one here on this little flywheel situation, and that one is going to adjust the range of motion. So right here, this might be a bit too much range of motion if somebody has really tight hamstrings. So you could release this and bring it down a little bit, and that would work within their range of motion. Or somebody who's maybe a little bit more flexible might need to move that pad. So, and then you have the weight as well right here, a little yellow knob. So like I said, a lot of bells and whistles, but this one typically is my favorite hamstring machine, specifically because of how well it targets the hamstrings and like just I feel it. I can mind to muscle so much better. So that's another thing too, is sometimes you'll get in a machine and you're like, I don't really feel this all that well. Then don't use it, right? It's just kind of like going through the motions just to say you did it is wasting time. So if I design a program and I can't feel something, or I have a client that tells me I don't really feel that, then we course correct. We'll try something else. This is a good one. All right, we are all done. We finished that killer glute and hamstring day.
That was a good one.
It was a good one. My legs are toast. What do you think? At a scale of 1 to 10?
7.8. It's giving 7.8.
7.8. Yeah, it was definitely,
That's
it
good.
was like an 8.2 for me. You know, I'm a little,
Difficulty was there for sure.
Yeah.
It was good.
But if you loved this workout, you want more just like this, it's coming for you, but you have to subscribe. You got to hit the button, you know, you got to subscribe to the channel. And then that way, when you open up the YouTubes, my videos will pop up, and then you can get more training videos, tips, and anything you need specifically for women over 40 who want to be badass bitches in the gym. See you next time, YouTube.